This is Andrew Bright for MC News, and we're here at round 2 of the New Zealand Superbike Champs at Timaru. It's certainly turning out to be a meeting full of upsets and surprise winners, and I'm here with the winner of race 2 in the Superbikes, Craig Shirriffs. Now Craig, you've not had the best couple of seasons in the previous years, but it sounds like it's all coming together for you now.
Yeah, that race certainly did. Even the first race was good, but wasn't quite good enough. But what I'd done there was exactly what I was trying to do in the first race, but I just couldn't get out of the left-hander on the last lap like I needed to do that. I didn't even think I'd done it right for that race, but I just managed to sneak in there, so yeah, it was good. Still can't believe it happened, to be honest. I'm just overwhelmed. Robbie said I was old last week, so I had to feed him a bit of humble pie. Yeah, no, it was good. I'm just super happy. Suzuki was just brilliant the whole way through, as was Robbie's, obviously. The things are just insanely fast. I didn't even realise that Nick Cole was right behind us for the whole race, well, most of the race, certainly at the end. I didn't even know he was there, and I'm pleased that I didn't know he was there, because it probably would have changed how I went about those last couple of laps. So yeah, it all worked out good for us. So happy as.
So are you planning to change your approach to the season? Are you going to just take the victory and be happy with it, or are you going to start sort of needling away and really starting to push Rob over the next couple of races at Teretonga?
Oh, definitely the plan's to win. It's the only reason we go to the racetrack, is to try and win the races. Like I got second in the first race, and I got second in both the races last weekend. Last weekend I was happy enough because we made a couple of big changes with some different things at the last minute going into Ruapuna, and I wasn't really sure what was going to happen out of that, but yeah, to get second was good, and we were pretty competitive for most of the time at Ruapuna. We were a bit short of front tyres there, and I just ran the same one in both races at Ruapuna, which was a mistake on my part, but it put us in a situation where we had enough good tyres to use this weekend, and that's obviously paid dividends as well. So yeah, I mean, I've managed to keep the gap points-wise the same to Robbie as what it was after last week, so it's only 10 points. But yeah, I need to beat him, not to finish second behind him, otherwise I ain't going to win anything. Like, it's nice to win a race, but I want to win a championship. I've won a couple on the 600 a few years back, but I've not won much on the Superbike at all. It's only the second time I've won a national championship race on the Superbike, and the last one was in 2011, I suppose it was.
So it must be a nice confidence boost for you. To have these wins and to know that, when it all comes together, you're right up there and winning.
Yeah, most definitely. Like internally, I'm not the world's most confident person within myself, and I'm always worrying about this guy and that guy. And luckily for me, it all goes away when I stick my helmet on. So to pull that off, and even the first race, I was happy enough with how I rode. Just the plan didn't get executed, and I didn't win the race, which was, I was right on his tail at the finish line, but I finished second, so I wasn't happy. Yeah. We went, I think the lap times were slightly slower in that race, but it was a bit hotter and a bit slipperier. But the difference that you have feeling-wise within yourself when you win, especially beating someone like Robbie, for us Kiwis to beat Robbie is, I think Stroudy's probably the only other New Zealand rider that's done it fair and square in a battle like that. It's just like a drug, I'm still just completely overwhelmed and can't believe that it happened, but I want a whole bunch more of it.
Yeah, well, you're certainly a popular winner, and we really do congratulate you, and look forward to seeing you at Teretonga.
No worries, thanks very much.
Well, round 2 of the New Zealand Superbike Championship here at Levels in Timaru has certainly turned up some interesting results. Some real upset wins from some new faces, and one of those was Reese Holmes in 600cc Supersport. A fantastic race in the dry this afternoon, Reese. Some incredible lead changes. Can you tell us what it was like out there?
Oh, it was pretty hot and hard work, and we were all in a big old freight train for a while there. It was pretty close. It was pretty close, and it was just sort of, I got out in front as quickly as possible and tried to make a break, but the tyre went off about halfway through. So then I just got back into third and basically tried to stick with the pack towards the end. And then John stuffed it to me at the on the last lap, and then we're in I was towards the back of the freight train, but we were still in a pack. And fortunately for me, they took themselves out in a last lap, last dash move, and I was right there just to scoop it up, basically.
No, I noticed you've been running a Superbike over the last couple of years, and in the winter series I think as well. I was just wondering how much that has helped your 600 riding.
Yeah, it's helped a bit. I still probably ride the 600 a little bit like a Superbike. I'm trying to adapt my style properly to a 600, but since it's pretty much all I've raced, then yeah, it has affected my style a bit. The 600 tends to help a bit more with perfection. It's all about sort of getting everything right and doing everything right and consistently. Whereas a Superbike, it's more about trying to tame the beast, I suppose you would say, and wrap your head around the big speeds.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, off the corners, it's certainly a lot easier on a 600, and when it does slide, it doesn't really worry me because I've used to it on Superbike because they're spinning up all the time. So yeah, when you get slides, it's not really an issue. Sort of like, oh yeah, I'm used to that.
So you'll be hoping to continue this form next weekend at Teretonga?
Yeah, I'd say so. I usually go pretty good at Teretonga. It's one of my favourite tracks. So hopefully things go well and I can keep the form up.
Okay, well, wish you all the best. Congratulations again on the win. This has been Andrew Bright for MC News. Well, I'm here with Seth Timaru, who pulled off an outstanding win in really quite horrible conditions this morning at Levels Raceway in Timaru in 600cc Supersport. Seth, I was just wondering if you could talk me through the weekend and just exactly what happened in that race.
The race, well, I'm almost offended you called it horrible conditions. I've been praying for those, but no, it was, yeah, the weather just really came my way. I knew that if it turned wet, I'd have some strength, but I didn't realise that I'd have such a strong setup for the wet. I mean, I learned a lot last year on a 125, how to set a bike up and what you kind of want out of it to make it go good in the wet. And I also talked to good friends of mine, John Hepburn and Sean Harris, and they both gave me some pointers as to how to set a bike up to go good in the wet. And yeah, it turns out they know what they're talking about because yeah, we got the thing to work, and even at the end of the race it was feeling better than it was at the start. It was yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was quite good for me, you know, sitting on these corners taking the pictures and just watching you climb through the field and then start to take care of the back markers, including one Jaden Hassan.
Yeah, that was yeah, a bit of a cool moment to pass him. But Jaden had a big high side yesterday, and I think he's hurt himself quite good. So I mean, you can never judge a wet race and an injured rider off well, as to where you're at. But I mean, I started from 10th on the grid, and just I think I got a good start, which put me kind of up into 7th. But from there, it was just hard slog and kind of trying to keep a cool head on to pick off all the riders ahead of me. The Pirellis though, everyone whinges about those wets. I don't know what they're complaining about because that front was just where I wanted it all day long, and the back, man, the only time it stepped out was when I got too excited. And that's no fault of the tyre, man, I just loved it. But yeah, the Spectre Oil Kawasaki ZX6 was really firing on all four. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win, and you know, hope you see it as validation of your talent, and we look forward to seeing you do even better at Teretonga, which traditionally throws up a wet race, doesn't it?
Yeah, hopefully she throws up a wet one, but Jeremy Holmes will be a rider to watch out for sure. But yeah, I want to dedicate the weekend to Cam Jones, and yeah, thank God for the awesome weather.
Okay, this has been Andrew Wright for MC News.
Cheers, mate.